Okay. Um, how are we doing? All right, guys. Let me know how everything is looking. What is up, Mirumi? What is up, Daniel? Animation, Muhammad, Kitty, uh, DSMX, Colin, Emil, Natalie. I don't know. Uh, Welia, Nero, Duan, Ahis, Nightlord, Joshua, Miriam. What is up, guys? Alright, I think we should be good for sound. Nope, not at all. Not at all, Panzer. Hey, buddy, I hate when my hair gets like this. I hate the middle part with a passion. But, yeah. I forgot today was Wednesday, guys, actually. But yeah, time for UnOrdinary. I am also very out of it. Okay, so last week we had the confrontation between Remy and John, where he basically just said like, "Hey, hey, Cecile's Joker or Jack," and Remy was just like, "Okay, fine." And he also confronted her about the safe house, thinking it wouldn't work. Oh, thanks, Duan. That's actually pretty funny. Hello, Zella. Hello. What is up, Alec? I'm doing good, Muhammad. My parents and brother came down. So that's why I said last week there may not be a stream today. But there is. Don't worry. No. No, Woda. No, that is terrible. But also, John basically told Remy, "Hey, fuck you. Your plan's not gonna work. You're a bitch." That was basic gist of it all. And yeah, basically told her she would make her regret it. And of course, what we all really wanted. Hey, Shadow Flame. Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Arlo called his aunt. He called his aunt, and he's gonna get coffee with her, so I don't know, guys. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen! And of course, at the beginning of last week, Zeke was following John, be like, "Hey, you can count on me." And John was like, "Bitch, get the fuck out of my face." But yeah, that's basically everything that happened last week, guys. And yeah, that's about the gist of it all. But yeah, let's go ahead and just jump right in. No, I should be fine. I may or may not have just woken up. Hey, sin-loving Duchess, what's up? Hello, Kenyatta. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in. We got Sarah this chapter. Okay. So, this is weird. Well, I could be overthinking things again, but it's a front shot of the school building, which we don't see too often. Like, usually it'll just be like the wall or the window shot of like wherever we are. But no, this was like right outside of the school, like when Keon came. Wellston Private High School. Press room. Cecile, it's so great to have you back, and congrats on getting promoted to Jack as well. You've got even more influence than Arlo now. And it's just a bunch of no-names talking. Alright, everyone, settle down. I'm just glad to be leading the team again. Everything else is extra. She's so modest, isn't she? A total badass, too. Oh my god. She's about to get bitch slapped. She should. What is up, Russell? So she just has her arms folded as she always does, and the other kids are just walking away. And John's ruining the fun already. Because slam. Well, not slam, but like open. And she's just like ... And he just glares at her. John! UnOrdinary episode 193. It's him! What's he doing here? Can I help you with something, John? Cecile, I want you to write an article. Put it on the front page so that everyone can see it. Anyone who joins the safe house is my enemy. Whoever sets... Okay. So, last week deconfirmed, he is sabotaging it. Okay. Whoever sets foot in that room will never be safe outside of it again. John, the press is for spreading unbiased news to students so that they can stay informed and make their own judgments. It won't be used to fulfill any individual's agenda. Oh my god. Like, she really is about to get slapped. She is seriously about to get slapped. Like, the safe house was already approved by the school staff. We don't need to interfere with their business. Cecile, don't talk back to me. I'm not a pushover like Arlo. You will listen to what I say. And of all the little grayed out students, one student is colored in. A certain boy we all know named Terrence. And he just ... Actually, no! I accidentally went to Webtoons themselves. Okay. Actually, Terrence kind of looks like Arlo. Hairstyle-wise. Or John, I'm not sure. It's weird. He has like... He either has John's hairstyle or Arlo's hairstyle. I'm not sure which one it is, though. And he just ... And I think he starts walking forward. Don't forget how you got here. I gave you everything you have, and I can take it all away just as easily. ... And he turns to all the students. You all heard what I said? This is your only warning. Go anywhere near the safe house, and you'll have a target on your back for as long as I'm here. Wait, what? Oh, so I guess it was John who started walking to Cecile then. Or maybe Terrence just turned invisible. And just ... Oh man, he really just did that. Do you think Cecile will listen? Hope not. Who would want to read that crap? What choice does she have, though? And Cecile's just like, John, don't act like you didn't get anything out of this alliance. I helped you just as much as you helped me. He didn't need your help. He really didn't. He didn't. You're nothing to him. So it's the school hall now. And John's just walking around. And once again, it's everyone's everyone's second least favorite character. So students are avoiding John, and right out the little corner, right out the littlest corner, you can see James. Hey, John! And he's just and John's like, Dot, dot, dot. How's your day been so far? Zeke, I told you to stay the hell away from me. And so Zeke has a soda. Yeah, I won't bother you for long. I just wanted to give you this drink. And Zeke is basically icing right now, and it's actually kind of funny. And just like, it's like, swipes it. And and John puts the can on Zeke's head and pours it. Dumbass. When will you learn? Dot, dot, dot. And shoves the can. Piss off. I don't want to see you again. Wait, John. I know you hate me for what I did, but I'm different now. No, you're not. You're not. Good point, Mirumi. Everyone's third least favorite character. Good point. Elena is trash. But, like, Zeke, you're not a different person. You're just scared of John now. That doesn't make you different. It's like, you're not different, dude. You're still the trash asshole that we all know. Yeah. And so he's like running to John now, as John will say, I just want to help you out. Just dot, dot, dot. And he sees the flyers on the school. Join Safe House. Anyone is welcome. Rank doesn't matter. We have board games, cards, books. Do your homework, take naps, hang out. Grand opening is next Monday, room 224. Dot, dot, dot. Go ahead and show us garbage how it's done then. If you continue to sit back and do nothing, that would make you the biggest hypocrite of all. You dumb bitch. You're gonna blame me for your incompetence? Come on, John. How can I prove it to you? Will I also be right about last week, though, about him getting Zeke to do it? Zeke! Yes, sir? I want every single one of those safe house flyers gone. Okay. If I see any left by the end of the week, I'll kill you. I'll kill you. And Zeke's just like, So, I will have to reread last week's chapter so I have a better understanding of it, Sin. But I think what it all boils down to is that John sees it as them not respecting his authority. Because Remy even says, like, this was approved before you were king. Like, that's why we're still going through with it. But John is also seeing it as, because they listed all the previous royals. Blake, Arlo, Sarah wasn't on the flyer, no. And also, he wants to prove to Remy that it'll fail. Granted, I thought he was going to prove that without interfering. No, she didn't, Piantissimo. I thought he was going to do that without interfering. But it looks like he is going to. I'm not sure how I feel about that, honestly. But who knows? God damn it. Okay, thank God. So yeah, I'll kill you. And it's the school hall again. Or it's school outside of the school. And I was just walking. What a coincidence. I haven't contacted her in years. And the one time I do, she happens to be in the area. And Sarah just pats him on the back. Hey, Arlo. Oh, Serafina, what is it? I thought of an idea. Come with me for a second. ... Terrence? In the safe house? Yeah, he's supposed to be pretty far down the ladder. The safe house is something he'd consider. Plus, with so many high rankers present, that gives him even more incentive to join. I see. So that's how we'll keep an eye on him. Not bad. Yep. You still have that copy of his schedule, right? When are his free blocks? That's when he's most likely to stop by. Right. I'll change up my schedule so that I can supervise during those times. So Arlo really is going to supervise. That's surprising. Because before they just put his name on it. But he was still I don't want to do this. Then I'll get in touch with him and make sure he joins. Sounds like a plan. Good. See you later then. Yeah. They just walk away. Okay. Oh, my little ball of sunshine. Oh, the safe house? And it's Evie, Sarah, and Roland. Remy sent me an invite. It sounds like a lot of fun. Seems like a pretty good idea given the circumstance. I mean, there are still some jokers running around. And with the new king in power, things are bound to get pretty messy. There's ... And they see Terrence come out. Huh? Hey, Terrence, how's it going? And Evie runs up to him. Oh, hey, guys. Roland's still salty. We were just talking about the safe house. Have you heard about it yet? Yeah, I have. The three of us are going to check it out next week. Oh, that's Sarah. The three of us are going to check it out next week. You want to come along? I don't know why. This shot of Sarah is super weird. I don't know why. It's just like Sarah's normal monotone face, and she's just like, actually, I don't think that's a good idea. Why? Well, John stopped by the press room earlier. He said whoever joins the safe house would be his enemy. He what? I don't know, Serafina, but he seems like a pretty scary guy, so I'd rather not risk it, so I think I'll pass. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Psst, there he goes, walking off on us again. Roland. I've said before, and I'm still going to stick to it, I don't think Terrence is the leak. I don't think he is. Just because he's been in the story for a very long time. And seemingly, he's been a fan of John's for a very long time as well. Because let's... Quick, brief history of everything we've seen from Terrence. I believe it was episode 2. We saw Terrence get saved by John. We saw that. Let's go to the website like we always do. Okay, episode 59, Terrence sees Arlo go to the infirmary. Yes, later that episode. And then in episode 67, Terrence overhears Arlo's conversation. Terrence hears Arlo's conversation with Elaine about losing to John. He gets the information. Terrence writes the article that John should be the rightful king of Wellston. So I think for the longest time, Terrence was a fan of John, just because, like a lot of people who knew John had an ability, they didn't know how strong or what he was like. now that Terrence has seen what he's like, it makes sense for him to be afraid. But yeah, I don't think that Terrence is the rat. Oh, now I see what you guys were talking about earlier. Okay. Yep. The episode name. And I thought I corrected that shit. Let me change that real quick. All right. Should be good. I hope. There we go. I honestly just realized that. That also, unnamed, or animation. Yeah, that also. But yeah, I feel like Terrence shouldn't be the leak. I definitely do think it should be one of Terrence's family members, like maybe his father, who got who knows about the mall story and was just like, hey son, like, this happened at work today, like you can use that so you can write a really good article. And so I don't think Terrence is the leak, but it could just be more retroactive retconning from Uru, because Terrence has appeared to always be a fan of John. Again, John saved him. He knows that John beat Arlo. It makes sense. It makes sense. He was the one who wrote the article. Guys, we should be following the new king, the Shadow King, John. But who knows? Anyway, shot of Terrence walking away from them. And Sarah's thinking to herself, John, you aren't making this easy for us. Terrence is our only lead. I have to persuade him now. If I bring up the safe house again later, he might get suspicious. Hold up. And Terrence is like, huh? Yeah? You can't tell me you aren't at least a little bit curious. Well, if he's gathering info on the most powerful students at Wellston, then I'll give him something he can't refuse. Remy is the one who founded the club. She's convinced a lot of high rankers will join too. Not just Arlo, Blake, Ison, Holden, Elaine, Maylee, and Ventus. This is a problem I have with UnOrdinary, because one person on the list she mentioned other than Remy is a high ranker. Arlo is a high tier. Actually, hold up. Okay, never mind. I'm an idiot. She said high rankers. I'm pretty sure like every now and then people will say like, oh yeah, it's a high tier student. And it's like, they're not a high tier. That's a thing. That is an actual thing. But she did say high rankers. So never mind what I was going to say. They'll all be there. And he's just like, ... Really? Yeah. With all those high rankers gathered in one place, what's there to be afraid of? I suppose that's true. Guess it can't hurt to have a look. Sarah smiles. Oh, that's adorable. She's like, yeah. This shot right here is what Sarah used to be like when she was hanging out with John, just like crossing her arms, like smirking, like, yeah, that's what I like to hear. Episode 193, end. All right. I like that. I like the ending of that. But yeah, I still don't buy that Terrence is the leak. I think it's his family. I think it's a member of his family. Now, maybe Terrence is a leak in the sense that his parents are asking him about, hey, what are the high tiers at school like? Hey, like, what are they like? Maybe there's that. But I don't think it makes sense for Terrence to be the leak to Ember. Rather, I don't think it makes sense for Terrence to be the member of Ember. I think he could be the leak. He could be the leak because, like, you know, his parents could be like, "Hey, son, like, what's your queen? What's she like?" And he could just be like, "Oh, well, this is her level. She has lightning. She's a high tier. Her name's Remy." Like, I think that could work. But I also don't want Terrence to be the leak, if I'm being honest. That is Cancer Unnamed. Oh yeah, and John getting, like, okay, like, here's the thing. I don't mind John making Zeke an errand boy. I don't mind that. But I don't, shit, what was I talking about? Guys, what did I just say? I think it was about Zeke. I don't mind John making Zeke an errand boy. I don't. I think it's fine. I think it's funny. But yeah, like, John was still telling Zeke, like, "Hey, don't do this. Like, stay away from me." But now he's just telling him, like, "Hey, like, piss off." Or, "Hey, go do this." I don't mind him being an errand boy. What I do mind, though, and it looks like this is where it might go, John making the people he shouldn't be his people, like what Arlo said. With the whole Cecile thing, John even said, like, "Bitch, I don't trust you at all. I don't need you at all," which is true. Like, that's facts. Like, of course we saw Cecile help John out, but John didn't need that help. Granted, I'm gonna give her what Arlo said. John might have been able to stay under the rug much more with Cecile, but her getting him abilities without having to hurt people, because when he fought he probably could have done it at any time, though, because let's not forget his fight let's not forget when he murdered Junie. He copied abilities that were going on in the cafeteria and then made his route. So he could have continued doing that. That might have made things a little more difficult, but still manageable. He also could have done what he did when he challenged Ison. He could have just beat people up till they used their ability, and he could have gotten it. Granted, with that approach, there would have been a lot more injured students, and it would have been even harder for him to be under the radar with that. It also would have made his fight against Cecile a lot more interesting. But yeah, like, John didn't, at the end of the day, John didn't need Cecile. He didn't. And he wanted nothing to do with her, but he made her Jack. He wants nothing to do with Zeke, yet he's making him an errand boy, which, again, I said I don't mind. But I think it's going to go in a certain direction, and I don't necessarily like that. Basically, like, people that John already didn't trust from the get-go. I'm not talking about Arlo, not talking about Remy, not talking about Blake, not talking about Ison, not talking about Sarah. People that John has always hated, because he didn't hate the main cast to start with. He didn't. He may not have had much interaction with them, but we can know what he was like previously. Now, Zeke, John always had a negative experience with Zeke. Cecile, Sarah warned him from the very beginning, I can't trust Cecile. She's a snake in the grass. And John was like, okay. I don't like that he's making people he shouldn't be his people. Like what Arlo said, you need to be smart with who you choose to be your people, who you choose to be in your corner. And I feel like it's kind of a similar situation with Arlo, like I've been saying in the previous chapters, where things seem very out of character. Now, could it be considered in character because of how high-strung John is at the moment? Maybe. I'm not too sure. I don't have a degree in storytelling. I don't. This is just my personal opinion. But yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. Not a fan of that decision. I hope it just continues for Zeke to be John's errand boy. And you know what? If John changes back and Zeke changes through that, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't. Because Zeke actually has a fucking dope ability. Like, a super good ability. It'd be very interesting for him to switch sides and just be like, you know what, yeah, like, no, like, this isn't cool, like, I'm sorry, I was a piece of shit, guys. Like, I'm sorry, like, I want to change, I want to help out. I think that would still be cool. I think that'd be really cool. Zeke is fucking trash right now. Because it's just like John said when he kicked his ass in front of everyone. He was only sorry because he was finally getting checked. Had John actually been crippled or still going by that, Zeke would have just been like, fuck you. But like, and now he's just literally kissing his ass because he knows John could snap at any moment. It's not like with Sarah. Sarah didn't necessarily care to beat people up randomly. And so, assumably, Zeke was just be like, hey, Sarah, like, I hope you're having a great day. You look fabulous as always. That could have just been Zeke. But now it's just like, hey, John, here's a soda. Like, don't murder me. He's trash. He is trash. But if Zeke could honestly change and, like, become part of the group, I think it'd be dope. Because I told you guys before, Zeke has a fucking dope ability, and I like that he's a teleporter like Nightcrawler from X-Men. Caroline. I wouldn't say that. Because again, like, it could be chalked up to the rage inside of him. But I'm not a fan of it. But yeah. Terrence is going to safe house. John is sabotaging safe house, which I don't necessarily think that's a bad idea. Or I don't necessarily think that's bad on Uru's part. I thought John was going to do it without interfering with it. But I was wrong about that. He might get Zeke to interfere even more with the safe house, though. And, I honestly don't know why Cecile was, well, maybe she wasn't surprised. This just seemed like it to me. I don't know why she was surprised, like, with what John said. It's like, bitch, like, he fucking told you this, like, 2 chapters ago. Like, you know what to expect. You should have listened to Ison. You should have. But yeah. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it, guys. Actually, I need to check something real quick. Cause maybe we'll go a little longer today. What do you guys think? No, I hope these are here. Damn you, Cypher! Well, that sucks. real quick, if someone can just start commenting. Am I still here, guys? Am I back, guys? Duan, I just grew it. Genetics. Okay. Okay, if I'm good, then let's continue moving forward. So, I was talking about Zeke. This is something that I think is very likely. I think that a certain someone is related to Zeke. And I think that kind of plays into his attitude a little bit. Because, well, kind of does and it kind of doesn't. Because, like I was saying earlier, when people refer to people who have a strong ability or who are considered strong in the world, they call them high tiers from time to time. It's not every time. Like today I misread it when I think it was Sarah who said like high rankers. That's what I think people should be saying. But a certain someone said that everyone in his family was high tiers. Now Zeke isn't a high tier though. I think that Zeke is Kuyo's brother. Similar hairstyle. They both have green eyes, and they're both fairly high on the tier list, ability-wise. And of course, we've seen. I don't know what I was gonna say. But who's Kuyo? Kuyo is Ray's roommate from the side story. The one who basically was supposed to be the king of Wellston before Ray came along. Now, I'm not sure if necessarily Ray got stronger than Kuyo or if Kuyo moved away and that's why Ray became king. But Kuyo was the one who was supposed to be king. And yet to be confirmed, but in episode 170, he may or may not have seen Blake against whatever that asshole's name was. Lance. It was Lance. Okay. That's right. Remy fought Waldo. Blake fought Lance. Right. But yeah, he's the one who may or may not have seen Blake acting as a superhero. We don't necessarily know, Sophia. I doubt it, just because at least one thing needs to happen before then, because I'm just going to call her. Vulcan told Arlo, well, her name was Valerie. He did say Aunt Valerie. So Valerie told him she would be free sometime next week. The safe house is supposed to open Monday of next week. So a few things need to happen before we get to coffee with Arlo's aunt. Yeah. No, Cinnamon, I'm sorry, but you're horribly wrong. um, well, I can check actually, because I did have it pulled up. Oh, so Kuro actually did say this as well. Kuyo. Kuyo said his family is made up mostly of high rankers, so that's my bet on that one. So yeah, Kuyo said his family was made up of high rankers. But yeah. But so yeah, I do think Kuyo is Zeke's brother, which could also reflect in Zeke's attitude with how he treats people. Now, granted, Kuyo could have also changed. He could have seen Blake and just thought like, God damn it, like I have to stop this person before he gets hurt like Ray did. We don't know what happened between Kuyo and Ray. We did see their falling out at the end of Ray's side story, but Kuyo could have changed upon meeting Ray. He could have been like, hey, like, I'm sorry, I was a dick, but you're the king now, and you have my support. Now, granted, that's probably also not the case because, well, Arlo did also show up. So I was gonna say, Arlo replacing him as a Jack or something else doesn't necessarily make it that Kuyo just disappears. But no, Ray did take Arlo under his wing and as the Jack and try to teach him. Granted, Kuyo could have also been a part of that. He could have also been a part of like, hey John, what's up? But I feel like Uru would have showed us. We do know that all high tier, well, not all high tiers, but a lot of the high tiers didn't like how Ray handled things. That wouldn't have worked because I was gonna check if Kuyo was one of the high tiers or one of the other royals when Arlo was trying to become king. But that wouldn't have worked because Kuyo would have graduated along with Ray. But I think Kuyo is either going to attack Blake or he's going to help Blake out. I think it'd actually be pretty dope if like Blake got a mentor in Kuyo. But this is going on for quite a while, man. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I think it was good overall. Yeah. But until next time, guys. Question of the day. Question of the day. Let's see. Question of the day is I always have a problem thinking of this one. Question of the day. Off topic from today's chapter, so not necessarily relevant to that. Actually, Actually, no. We'll go with this one instead. Do you think? So put your comments down below for question of the day. But do you think the alliance between John and Cecile was even, or do you think he could have gotten along just fine without her? Because, like I said before, I don't think it was even. Because John definitely, in my opinion, John definitely didn't need help from Cecile. So put down below if you guys believe it was even or if it wasn't. But that'll be it for today, guys. Hope to see you all back here next week. And until then,